Later.
Tech Natural is we bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. We drop a hot one, pumping like a shotgun. Number one spot, there, but we got a lock, son. The top the key, my thoughts run deep, approximately a clock speed. Mach 3, hyper velocity sound. Tear it up and break it down. Well, wait, later they might as well hate us now. So we built a foundation on solid ground. Cause haters huff and puff, try to blow us down. We're not slowing down, in fact we getting quicker. We used to flow ill, now we diagnose sicker. Taking natural, yeah, we elevated. So far ahead of the game, now we feeling segregated. Cause competition, yeah, we got them frustrated. Cause they a duplicate, we custom made it spit. Yo, they got hip hop suffocated. It can't breathe, we just here to resuscitate it. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. Attacking supernatural, launching air strikes. From the intro, it ain't a fair fight. No, just when you thought you were prepared, right? Uh-oh, bringing skills short like Frodo's a no-no, like a butter knife, but don't cut it. Mediocre MC still got the game flooded. It's overflow from the engine to the carburetor. We got them sweating, breathing heavy like Darth Vader. Now they're trying to settle quick like an arbitrator. By talking smooth like a phone sex operator. I bite the style, but it has no flavor. We're here to stay, so hate us now or hate us later. Still kick the data with soul like Dayla. So pack it in and aboard to the layer. Cause hiding out's the only thing that'll save you from the wrath of the warpath. If you don't know the half, it's the two best, do the math. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. We bring a proper like cover, helicopter like loud like a chopper bite. Lock seal the water tight, descending appetite. No skill, just a lot of hype. Hit them with the boxes right. That make them drop the mic. Bring a proper like, yeah, we bring a proper like. Bring a proper like, yeah, we bring a proper like. Bring a proper like, yeah, we bring a proper like. Tech natural, yeah, we bring a proper like. 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 Yeah, we bring a proper like.
What is up?
At the end of the day in the fucking opening, man.
That is correct. I did do that. What is up, people? What is up? Welcome back to the show. Another episode of the Chaos List. We got the usual convicts in the house. So we're going to go through the panel so you all can talk about the channel. First up, Gaishka. Tell the people.
Yeah, man.
Sir.
My channel, the Basco Scenario, gaming clips, and now there's more. There's one thing more, but there's more. So yeah, reviews and stuff, my one memento moments, and yeah, loving it. Having fun doing this stuff. It's a lot of work, but like I said, you can find me Sundays on Danny's Winter Soldier Roundtable. Today here at 9 p.m. On the Chaos List. Shit, Wednesday 7 p.m. for the rule, like 9 p.m. for the Rule of 3, and 10 p.m. for the OOC. So yeah, man. Chaos Central is where I'll be, and yeah, getting stuff on the channel. Excited. And LDG, thanks for the link up, man. Great work. You were like in a matter of minutes, man. You set that shit up for me. Thank you.
It's actually done really well. Next up, Chris Knight. Tell the people about your channel, sir.
Doing the Unmasking the Masked Singer, gaming streams, movie reviews, trailer reactions, all that stuff. And tomorrow night, Rule of 3. Chaos Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be there. Look forward to it. Thank you for having me on, Hanzo.
Not a problem. Think you have the wrong background up there, though, brother.
I do, don't I? See how I am?
JJ. 3827. What is up?
Oh, I am, unfortunately. You can find me a little bit of everywhere and a lot of nowhere. Right now, I'm lucky to be here because I was going to go to sleep, but I'm here right now. Everybody in the chat, you guys know where to find me. You come to my channel, you come here, you come to Danny's. We got a great group of people in the chat tonight. We got a great panel as always. Let's see how Anzo throws us under the bus.
LDG, what is up?
Oh, you're
Hey,
you're
pulling a
muted, Big Poppy.
JJ. Come on.
Hey.
He is pulling a JJ.
He's all over the place.
Why am I being named after this fuck up?
3, 4. Oh, the fourth mute button. There we go. All right. What's going on, guys? LDG here with LDG Pixels here to help you. Community free tech support. You have any computer issues, feel free to hit me up, guys. That's what I do. And on my entertainment channel, Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica, open panels, open topics, the waiting room, the stream between the streams, place to hang out, let you know who's streaming, who's going to stream, who did stream. And currently, right now, the newest edition, which is going tonight, the Insomniac Theater, guys, launching tonight. So if you have nothing to do and there's no one streaming, hit me up. I'm playing 3 movies back-to-back loop, and have something to watch, guys. Thanks for having me. Let's have some fun tonight. Can't wait for the honorable mentions.
Big ass titties.
Oh god!
That's,
Oh god! That's right.
that's some good. That's some good. Honorable mentions there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like good old-fashioned big ass titties.
Very honorable. Very mentionable.
Next up is my man, Elihu-Who. Tell the people about your channel, sir.
Well, I can be found everywhere in the world at the same time, but I can be specifically found 12 noon specifically at 12 noon Pacific time. A show called What's Up with the Universe, where we talk astronomy, astrophysics, science, you know, like magic but real. I was going to finish my show up, but I got a couple things to do, so I figured I'd take a break and come on here.
Excellent.
I can also randomly be found on JJ's channel, and sometimes on Chris's channel, and sometimes on the little Falcon Winter Soldier, which I totally forgot about. Sorry.
Wow, look at you, man.
Hey, I'm trying to.
You're trying to become popular, man. That's just so unlike you.
Oh god!
I can't have cats on my
You're
building.
up on that, weren't you?
No, y'all gonna have to show me how to do that shit because this ain't right.
My lord!
Next,
What?
hold on.
I feel it, bro. You can't feel the power.
I have a power.
Okay, I have an honorable. I have an honorable mention that I want to do today, if you don't mind. When you get started.
Not a problem. Next up is Ostinator. Ostinator, tell the people about your channel, sir.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got stuff going on my channel. I think I'm at 131 subscribers. We just did a stream earlier today about conspiracy theories. That went as well as you would expect. Yeah, we might do a part 2 next week because one of the people that was supposed to be there wasn't there, so we want to get his opinion on stuff. But Friday's a live discussion. Saturday, Splash Talk. We're reading more fan fiction over there. Sunday, Shadow Eye. We're going to do something about Power Rangers because Superman and Lois is on hiatus.
Rangers.
Yes,
Sorry.
indeed. Go. I'm going to go
Poor
through
Alpha.
this. And I'm on other channels as well, such as the Review 3000 on Sundays for the weekly wrap-up and the Falcon and Winter Soldier Roundtable, where I was whipped relentlessly. I have thankfully recovered from my injuries. And Mondays, you can find me on JJ, AKA Sithlord3827 channel for randomness at its finest. Saturdays on LDG, Pixels, Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica for Nerdgasm and other channels. And you can find me also on Twitter at the Oscinator17, where if you ever want to get updated on when I stream, check me out. Thanks for having me on, Anzo. This is going to be a blast.
No problem.
Austin, I have a question. Can you really not just say Nerdrotica?
I
love
can.
no. Shut up.
Who give a fuck? Who cares?
Thank you.
Wow.
I love how you say it, Austin.
Listen, listen to this.
Make it sound European or something.
How did Arnold Schwarzenegger say California? California. It's the same thing. His name is Austinator, and that's his word.
I love Wildcats.
I am so gonna. Oh my lord!
What is up? Yes, guys.
At least try to have them make sense in the place you put them.
I got a bunch of these motherfuckers.
I love.
You got your shitting pants on. What? Your shitting pants. I hope you're wearing them right now. Because you are about to shit your pants.
Oh my god!
You are about to shit your pants. That is correct. So you guys know how the show goes. We have 3 topics, and of course, we have our honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1. Now, I had to actually do some of these myself because I did put a link in. I said, "Hey, honorable mentions," and none of you motherfuckers had an honorable mention. So I
have one now. I do have one. Okay.
So we will get to yours after this
Do
one.
mine last, just in case you haven't actually did it already.
Honorable mention number 1. Do you think Anzo is scared to defend his Grand Championship on the weekly Rumble?
Yes.
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 Yes. As a six-time loser. Yes.
Yes.
Come on,
Absolutely.
man.
I will fuck you up!
Wake up, man. You're dreaming. Wake
Oh,
up,
you gotta
man.
warn me.
You're dreaming.
Okay.
I am not scared of shit. Just
He
to
is
let you guys
frightened
know.
of me.
So then you'll have.
Face. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face.
If I was that gifted, I would.
They're gonna rename this stream the Phantom Zone stream, the Phantom Zone. That's all it's gonna be.
That is correct. I will give you all what you are looking for.
Oh God!
And no, I am not scared to defend my title. I will defend it till the end of the time. But why am I going to defend it when the Rumble is how can I say what's the word I'm looking for?
Fixed so you can win?
Fixed? Yeah, corrupt, fixed.
No. See, that's the thing. I get tired of people saying shit's fixed. So I'm fixing it to not even seem like it's fixed. I won't have a hand.
Okay.
Not even see
I will not. No. I'm fixing it.
Not your best
so
choice
it won't
words.
seem
No,
fixed.
I'm too fucking tired to understand Chris talk right now. This ain't right.
I need you to know me.
Remember that character. I'm gonna use him against you.
Grand champion. Grand champion. Just know that. Honorable mention number 2. Do you think LDG should go back to looking like a vibrator when he streams?
Why, yes, because that's a lovely color on it.
Oh my
A
god.
lovely shade of pink. I mean, if that's what you guys want, man, I thought I was giving people strokes or making them, anxious. So I stopped doing it. I mean,
I personally don't want it. You know what I mean?
I don't want it either.
But the ladies seem to like it.
Unfortunately.
And
Yeah,
Deej.
Oh,
And
Deej likes it too?
Yeah, Deej likes it too.
Wow.
Honorable
Yes,
mention
you should.
number 3. And this one comes from Gaishka. Now, do you think Chris Knight always repeats points over and over again on the same rant? Now, obviously, Geshka has been watching some videos and has noticed that Chris Knight repeats himself over and over again.
Because nobody takes what I say as, listen, what I say is what I say, and you guys sit there and think it's crap, then fine. I don't give a fuck.
That doesn't say that, though. That doesn't say that.
No, you guys constantly talk over me. You don't let me to make a final point.
He said that before.
It's because it's the truth.
You about to cross some fucking line.
You said
if you don't want to repeat myself, then shut the fuck up.
No. It's just that you make your point, then someone does cut you off. You talk for a while, you make your case, and then you say your point again as the conclusion. I don't know. So it was just an observation, man.
The best way to get things through people who have thick fucking skulls is to repeat your fucking points more than once.
Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Are you confused about who we are?
I'm not confused about shit, and I don't care who the fuck I'm talking to.
What did you say again, JJ? I didn't quite. What did you say, Chris? I didn't quite hear it.
I need you to know me. Oh, hell. I can see this is hard on you guys. I am sorry. I truly am. But I did say it. No exceptions.
Got knocked the fuck out.
That's
Shit,
fucking
Chris.
right.
Just
You
got
got
off camera now. Shit.
It's all good.
We were just playing, boys.
So I just want to say what's up to the people in the chat. Yvette is there. Shifty Gizm is there. King David is in the house. What is up, brother? Deej is in the house. Much appreciated for you guys coming in. Caleb is in the house, of course. Like always, he's supporting. Jason is in the house. Nindroid is in the house. And of course, I do appreciate all you guys that came in and checked out the show. Much appreciated. We will be getting into topic number 1.
I got my honorable mention. Honorable mention. Wild card. Honorable mention. Okay, with all the craziness going between Danny and Anzo, do you think that maybe they went cuckoo for Phantom Zones?
Yeah.
Get up, you little ugly bitch! Come on.
Damn.
How late were you up last night downloading these things? Honestly.
I actually did it a couple nights ago, so it wasn't last night.
How late were you up then? I wondered where you were.
I was up doing some work. You know what I mean?
Hey, King David said, "Hey, any Blank Man clips?"
Not yet. They're coming though. Blank Man and Meteor Man are coming. I was trying to figure out what I could do, and I searched for these ones. But yeah, Blank Man. Oh. Really?
You can do the end fight scene where they're touching the books and dancing.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we will get into the first topic, but
So, back to it. Buddy, you still there? I just don't know. It seems like you're trying to speak, but you just took a hell of a hit. I just popped your skull so hard, your eyeball just popped out.
Dude, that's wrong. Don't play that one again.
Yeah,
dude.
you can't. Don't.
That was
don't.
I hated that scene.
I've never seen
That's
episode
not
one,
good
guys.
for the. They can pull for stuff like
God,
that.
man.
Yo, fuck that, man. That scene was fire. I don't give a fuck.
It was fire, man. But I was so pissed when they killed him off like that,
was the
man.
best introduction to
My
me.
daughter stopped watching since at that point.
I love that scene.
That.
I stopped
So did
watching
I actually.
past
That
episode 1.
basically made me stop watching too. That pissed me off.
Nah, I loved it. They stuck to the comics, so that was perfect for me. But we will get into topic number 1, guys. And topic number 1 will be boom.
Try to read. Whoa, yeah, try to read this.
Ray Fisher reveals details. Ray Fisher, the actor who played Cyborg in Justice League, has fully opened about what happened during the Justice League reshoots. The piece is spiraling with many new bits of information, but Ray Fisher's main issue stemmed from representation. As Fisher recalls, he had to explain some of the most basic points of what would be offensive to the Black community to Joss Whedon. Johns told him that it was problematic that Cyborg smiled only twice in the movie. It is also said that there were discussions where executives said they could not have an angry Black man at the center of the movie. It was also reportedly suggested by Jeff Johns that Fisher play the character more like Quasimodo and less like Frankenstein. Does this give validation to his claims? Whoever wants to start it up can start that shit up. Gaishka?
I don't know, man. It's like, I get his point that he's trying to make, but is it really, I don't know, man. I agree with what he's trying to say, but his role was fine. Well, are we talking about the first cut or the second cut?
Well, yeah, the first cut.
Whedon's cut.
Whedon's cut, he was underutilized and completely put to the side. Like he was like not even in the forefront, right? So I guess
that's the reason why they're saying is because they're trying to say that they couldn't have an angry Black man as the center of one of the movies.
Yes, they can.
He didn't smile enough.
They did in the Justice League, man.
Yes,
that's why I'm glad they did what they did with him. Why I'm glad Zach did what he did with him in his version of it, because now you get to see why we have a pissed off Black man.
Right, but he wasn't. That's what I'm saying. They did that. They changed his character when it came to the Whedon cut. No, the Whedon cut made him not as angry. His father didn't die. You know what I mean? So do you think that now that he's claimed all this racial stuff and everything he said about Joss Whedon, do you think there's any validity to it now?
Well, the way you look at the entire that entire piece, it's speculation. It's you could take it that way, but you never know. He may not have meant it that way, but it's how people perceive it. Was it right? No. Was it wrong? Maybe. But you can't tell because you don't know what Whedon had in his brain when he did that. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just saying there's always two sides to every story.
Well, it was said. He said they could not have an angry Black man at the center of the movie. So that's what they told him.
Was there something political going on during that time?
Not that I know of.
Guys, the fact that he had to actually subtly implies like, hey, you can't offend this Black community about this. The way, in fact, he had to say that was crossing the line. That's Whedon crossed the line when he had to explain this to him. It's like, no, come on, man. That's being offensive. He should automatically know this shit. I stand with Fisher. I stand with Ray on his story right there.
I actually stand with Ray Fisher too.
Yeah.
I need clarification. When I hear the words angry Black man, like I'm thinking like bad guy, like somebody with the baseball bat, like what you saw earlier. Someone being mad about his father dying? Is that what they're saying? Angry Black man? I mean,
no, it wasn't just
that Cyborg. Like what?
Right, but it wasn't just that his father died, right? It was also the fact that he was angry because he was turned into a cyborg, and stuff like that. So what they're saying,
quickly in the original Whedon version, he totally did a 180 and got over all that anger and stuff, and just adjusted to totally complete strangers and trusted them. That's not how life works. I'm like, Snyder actually took his story, he showed him how angry he was, showed him why he was angry, how he dealt with this in his internal self, how he kind of slowly helped out with, broke out to Wonder Woman to Diana. He branched out to somebody else for help, and he slowly worked on his own self to actually realize, like, hey, this is who I am now. Oh, shit, my father, wait, he sacrificed himself. Oh my gosh. He developed who he was. The original Whedon version was angry. Okay, strangers. I'm family. I'm cared. I'm happy. Yay! That's bullshit.
I mean, they could have went the RoboCop. Remember RoboCop when the one of the very first versions of RoboCop, the guy found out he was in a machine. He ripped his brain out immediately.
We already did a show about this once. I think it was last year. The topic was about Jason Momoa backing up Fisher on his claims of this, about him, something about being treated improperly, possibly.
Oh, that was it for me.
Some racial stuff in there. You know, we had a nice long. We spent the first 45 minutes of the show talking about it. And this just goes right back to it. I believe the man was done wrong, but like I said, you know, the way this stuff is being put out there, it's just perspective. You know, I'm glad to see that they finally did some justice with him. You know, when Zach came back and finished it, you know, now you understand why he's so angry. But I don't know. At the same time, my brain's too tired to really be talking like this. So
he's an angry man. Who cares if he's black, white, or Asian? Angry man. Hello. I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
Like I said, the fact that he actually had to explain to it.
I love you guys are sticking on this angry black man. Okay, I mean, I think that's ridiculous. Hey,
well, the angry black man was just
give it to him, Chris. Give it to him. I got your back.
All right, listen.
I did that on purpose, Chris. I did that on purpose.
Wait.
Speak when you're spoken to.
All right.
That's good. Wait, is that a first you just had, Anzo? Was that a first?
What?
Chris Knight actually complaining to somebody else that he got interrupted? I think
As
that's
you're
a
interrupting me, these two right here are the worst of it all.
I did that one on purpose, okay?
What up, Terrence? Go ahead, Chris. What are you gonna say?
What's up, man?
Everybody done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Terrence, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself while you're at it.
Are
First.
you telling him what to do? I just told you. Terrence will come in.
No.
Later. You talk what you're going to say first.
You guys are stuck on this whole angry black man thing that, I mean, I understand that that's a ridiculous statement, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell this Quasimodo statement was. He should be more like Quasimodo and less like Frankenstein, yet they're basically very similar characters.
No.
So I have
yeah.
I'm trying to make heads or tails of that. The angry black man as Ray Fisher, I would have just been like, what the fuck ever. You know, if you think that that's what this is about, that's such a stupid comment that they made. But the Quasimodo and Frankenstein one is really interesting. Who said that to him? Jeff?
Jeff Johns.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Johns said the angry black man shit to him.
Well, yeah, it's like, but he said both of these comments. It's like the angry black man, like I said, it's like a throwaway phrase. It's stupid. They shouldn't have said it. But the Quasimodo and the Frankenstein, that's like really, that is kind of offensive if you think about it, you know, for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they're basically saying, well, we gave you a part where you're you're the ugly duckling. You're the deformed one of everybody else. You know, it's like, so I mean, I can see where he's taking offense to that. It's just that's the comment I'm trying to figure out right there. It's like, why was that said to him? The angry black man, that just, like I said, that's like one of those things they have on a 3x5 card in every white man's office at a movie theater, going like, oh, well, we can't have an angry black man in this movie. or we can't have gang banging in this movie. I mean, it's like those come on standard 3x5 cards in every movie executives. but the Quasimodo and Frankenstein one, that's like really that's
Well,
it's really
Chris,
offensive.
think about it for a minute. His dad basically took one of the mother boxes and Frankenstein his ass.
And his mother died and all that shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I get why he would have been.
Quasimodo is a deformed character that's hidden away from everybody. Both characters are the same type of thing. That's the character he's playing. Why was that even mentioned? That seems like more of a dig to Fisher than the character, because of course the character is a Frankenstein-like character.
That is correct. Terrence, what'd you? Oh, sorry, Gossenator. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, as far like, especially now that more people are coming out and saying stuff about Whedon, it's like there might be some credibility to what Ray's saying. I just think the problem was just from the beginning is that he should have just came right out and said it. And I think a lot of people said this before. He should have just came right out and said stuff. There might have been contracts involved, but as far as that statement, I'm like, that statement was that's weird, and I don't like. There's just like, there are ways you can interpret it, but at the same time, it's like the way I'm interpreting it is like, really, like, and especially what we know about Joss now, it's like, damn, he's an asshole.
From what we're hearing, yeah.
And also again with the Quasimodo and the Frankenstein thing, I agree. It's like they're the same character. What difference does it make? And
the problem. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead, Austin.
And also with like the story being told, it's like, I don't think Cyborg should have smiled in the movie regardless.
I agree.
After all the shit he goes through, no.
His mother died. His father ends up dying. You know, he's a Frankenstein. Go ahead, Eli, and then I'll let Terrence talk because I know Terrence has something to say. Go ahead.
I think I can probably break down the Quasimodo Frankenstein. Quasimodo is more comical relief. Frankenstein is somebody who's trying to struggle to find his humanity. They wanted him to play more comical relief than actually a real actor. That's how I can break down the Quasimodo Frankenstein. Because I think I think of the Disney cartoon Quasimodo. Oh, comical. Yeah. Okay, Quasimodo comical. Frankenstein, serious.
When I hear Quasimodo, I write off the Hunchback of Notre Dame immediately.
Exactly,
the Disney. No. I don't count Disney, so I would not have ever thought of that. I would have thought like the original portrayal, the black and white, dark, just formed, the same type of character that Frankenstein is. Again, sounds more like a dig at Fisher than anything else. And if he was catching that every which way, of course he has a right to be pissed. But he should have said it something a long time ago. Shouldn't have waited this long. I will say that.
And Terrence, what do you have to say?
Well, there's a few things. In terms of Joss Whedon, like I've heard different things from actors and actresses that have worked with him, and it seems like they're all coming out of the woodwork. I am a fan of his work. I don't know him as a person, and I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of, let's burn Mr. Whedon at the stake, because, humans, they do lie. They do try to gain clout. I mean, there's many reasons as to why they do and say what they do. So I don't know if he did anything. So I'm not against him because I don't know. In terms of Ray Fisher, this guy was upset because his stuff got cut out of Justice League. And then we saw Zack Snyder's Justice League, and, that proved to be true. And, I thought he did a great job as the character. Now, Ray Fisher as a person, when he came out originally with this kind of stuff, he didn't explain anything. Like I've seen, actual female victims come out and just say everything right away. Because when it comes to abuse or distasteful behavior, they can actually talk about it. There's no contracts that forbid extreme behavior. So that was strike number one. Strike number two is that he kept posting, and he was like, playing this mysterious game, like, oh, wait till I come out with this, and oh, when I'm able to do this and that. Never explained anything. So at this point, whatever he says, I don't believe him. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, but that is also not a train that I'm going to jump on the whole, he's absolutely right. Maybe he is, but I just don't believe him. I feel like, I like to keep things simple when it comes to these things. A lot of times with humans, they like to choose a side, like as if, they feel forced to do so. But in this case, I'm like, I like the character he played. I don't care about him as a person because he seems to be a liar and a drama queen, but maybe he's right. But if that's the case, that, those things happen to him and others on the set of, when they decided to hijack Zack Snyder's film, then he should have come out and said it. So if you can't have the strength of various females I've seen, I feel like it would be foolish for me to respect you and, go off of everything you're saying as being truth when you took too long. So that's how I feel about it. Maybe not.
You see, this is what I'm going to say on that. Now, if you watch a lot of those interviews that Zack Snyder has done since his Justice League came out, there were times Warner Brothers was telling him it's either this or your movie. You understand? So there could have been a point where they actually told Ray Fisher it's either this or your career. Shut the fuck up or else your career is done. So he came out and he put the seeds out there, waited for the investigation. Investigation went off, and now he's letting everything out. Just because he waited long to do it does not make him uncreditable. Doesn't make it not credible. Not only that, you have Sarah Michelle, whatever the fuck her name is.
Sarah Michelle
Gellar. The one that played Buffy.
Yeah, she came out and said some shit about him, and there was another woman on the cast that said some shit about him. And
I think Allison also said something as well.
And then we'll get into the next topic, which is Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot said some shit about him.
Well, again, it's like I said, I don't believe him. And when it comes to Zack Snyder, he's been very vocal about all these things, which is why I believed him initially. Because he had the balls and the spine to speak up. He didn't care. He was like, I'm going to let the fans know what happened, what's going on, and I want you to see my vision. He was very clear about all that kind of stuff, the stuff that happened with his daughter, the stuff behind the scenes. So with that, because of the way he approached the situation, I was able to go, you know what? He might be lying, but I feel like because of the way he handled it, I believe him. And the way that Ray Fisher went about, revealing and not revealing and all these hints and things, his tactics is why I don't believe him.
But now Zack Snyder didn't come out and say everything until after his movie came out. That's when he blurted everything. Before that, we didn't know that they told him. They told him literally, if he puts a Green Lantern in his movies, they'll shut his movies down. We didn't know that. We didn't know that before his movie came out. You know what I mean? Those were things that we didn't know. So things came out after he got his movie.
He was being safe. He was being careful. It's like, hey, I don't want nobody trying to pull this shit. This is a hard project to get through. With it air, now let the shit hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that every time that I've listened to that man, he's never been dishonest, from my perspective.
Okay.
Like Ray Fisher, in the case of Ray Fisher being misleading and withholding information. Never got that from Zach. So from that perspective, to me, again, like I make sure to clarify my point of view, which means that I leave the door open that said human, in this case being Ray Fisher, that he might be telling the truth, but I'm not going to settle on it as fact or truth. From my position, the only thing that I can do without actually knowing the truth, if that's even the case, is I can go, I believe him or I don't. And in this case, I don't believe him.
Well, I believe him because just because you don't give out all the information doesn't mean it's misleading. But then we'll go into the next topic number 2, because it has a little bit to do on it, which is Gal Gadot versus Josh Whedon. It turns out that Ray Fisher wasn't the only one who encountered issues during the Justice League reshoots. A new in-depth report has finally detailed some of the Cyborg's actor's accounts of racism and inappropriate behavior that he experienced. Now it has been revealed that Gal Gadot, the actor behind Wonder Woman, had some major problems with the filmmaker as well. Things progressed, and it is said that Whedon pushed Gal Gadot to record lines she didn't like, threatened to harm Gal Gadot's career, and disparaged Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. A witness who cooperated with the investigation but was not named added the following. Josh was bragging that he had it out with Gal. He told her he's the writer and she's going to shut up and say the lines, and he can make her look incredibly stupid in this movie. Now, with that and the other topic, do you think this makes Josh Whedon look bad?
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a classic egotistic Hollywood attitude. Like Reese Witherspoon. Do you know who I am? I wrote this. You're going to see these lines as I write them. Oh, man, come on. Oh, shit. I would immediately go to the executive producer.
Go ahead, Chris. You're going to say something?
I was going to say, I mean, I think I've mentioned this before when we've had this conversation, that there are multiple directors out there who are known to be assholes, but after a movie's finished, a lot of people say, well, you know, now I look back on it, I understand what they were trying to do. Titanic. James Cameron has been known to punch actors, yell, scream, get in their face, almost drown them. Ed Harris said that he almost died on the set of Abyss because James Cameron basically said, no, he's fine. Keep him down there for a few more minutes. When they were shooting the scene when he's falling down at the very end of that movie. So him, and now I forget his name too, Blade Runner,
Harrison Ford,
Blade Runner, Aliens, the director.
Ridley Scott?
Yeah, thank you. Ridley Scott has been known to do things like that. And what they will say, and what a lot of actors after the fact will say is I was scared to death, or I was pissed the fuck off at that moment. But after I saw the movie, I saw what they were wanting. Now, I'm not saying that that's what Josh was doing, but he very well could be that type of a director. Did he get that vision across in his movie? No. But I think when you're in Hollywood, you got to know the person you're working with. So while there's a handful of people who are saying this about Joss, I'd want to hear from more people about, well, did you notice this? And see what they say. Like, well, I think it was just a technique. Now, again, there are a lot of this stuff we're hearing is very borderline. But I've heard, I mean, Tom Cruise has done stuff like this.
Patrick Stewart.
I mean, a lot of people have done this, and it's not saying it's right, but this is part of Hollywood, and I don't know. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Why you think all this stuff about him is coming out now?
He's an easy target. The Snyder Cut came out. People like the Snyder Cut. He's an easy target. Now, does that mean he doesn't deserve it? I'm not saying that. No. I'm just saying he is an easy target. He's not doing anything out there right now. There's nothing. I mean, he's kind of not going out to defend himself either. I mean, he's an easy target. But at the same time, if he did this, it's deserving. Because what we're hearing are very direct comments to actors or actresses that are pretty bad. And if these are also, if these are being done like away from everybody else, because the people I just mentioned, Carpenter, Ridley Scott, these people do it in front of everybody. It's not like they hide it. If this stuff was said off to the side, that's an issue. Because then that's very poignantly at that person and not a direct technique.
Go ahead.
The thing is that he started complaining about this before the Snyder Cut came out, correct?
Yes.
And nobody was paying attention and nobody spoke out. But now the thing is, now everybody is coming out because of what, like, I agree with what Chris just said. Because Snyder Cut came out, he's an easy target now to bash since, you know, he was proven that his vision sucked.
People see the context of what and understand what Fish is talking about now.
Exactly, but that's the problem with the industry in itself, right? But all those directors Chris just mentioned, all those actors that abuse because of who they are, yeah, that's Hollywood. But you know, it's wrong from the very beginning, and like a lot of people are starting to stand up, right? And that's what it is now, and they're taking advantage of this situation in order to voice themselves. So you know what? Power to them if they're using it by that way, but shame on them for not speaking out more because they were worried about their own individual pockets than standing up for what was right. That's my opinion.
And you see, Terrence is here twice. What the hell? And you see, and you see, that's the thing that this is the thing that I'm saying, right? Because it's Hollywood. So when he's making money for Marvel, they're gonna turn a blind eye. You're making billions of dollars. Do what you want to. We'll throw it under the rug. I don't know if he has what other projects he has now, but I don't know, man. It just seems like it's like a "what have you done for me lately" kind of thing, you know?
That is Hollywood, and that's what I'm trying to say is that when you look at Ridley Scott movies, the actor after the experience may have wanted to wring his neck, kill him, do whatever. But then they see that movie and they're like, oh my God, damn, this is a good movie. Holy crap. Now I get what he was trying to do. But then you watch Justice League and the Whedon cut. It's like, what the hell what was going through his mind? It's that, what have you done for me lately? So when you go over to Marvel and you see his movies, they're making, millions and millions and millions and millions upon millions of dollars. And everybody loves them for the most part. Let's just keep this as a blanket statement on that. So there's nothing to be said. And again, if there were those incidents during those things, perhaps that actor or actress looks at the movie afterwards and go like, well, I kind of see why they were saying that. And I did what they wanted and look what we got. Great movie. Again, yes. When I say that's Hollywood, that doesn't mean it's right. But it also is very much perspective. After the fact, if you see a wonderful product put out there, you kind of look past that now. You see a crap movie and all you hear about, listen, Ray Fisher, all these people, what do you think they heard about after Justice League? What do you think everybody was talking about? Like, what the hell was going on in that movie? They had no answers. They had shot basically 2 movies. And they got this crap product put out there. So the more that gets more you get dragged through the mud over just the fact that you were in a movie, let alone the fact if it was you acted bad or not. The more that happens, the more these incidences pop up in your brain. Man, that guy said this to me, this and it grinds at you, and it grinds at you, and it grinds at you, and that's where we're at right now. I think if you get a positive result out of that movie, this doesn't happen, or at least less likely to happen.
Gotcha. What do you think, LDG, Ostinator, Terrence?
So as far as Joss Whedon is concerned, the first thing I'm going to say is I'm not going to say he's not done anything good in the terms of like cinema and whatever he's made. Like, he's great as like a director, but the fact that, and now that more, and like I said before, now that more people are coming out and saying shit like this, it's definitely going to hurt his reputation. But I'm on the lines, like, they should have came out and said this shit earlier. It's more under the lines of, and I kind of agree, is that now that the Snyder Cut is out, now they're going to go after Whedon because he's an easy target. But does he deserve it? Sure. Because if what he said is true, yeah, he's a douche. He's an asshole. But yeah, it's like, but they should have just came out and said something sooner.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it kind of goes to what I was saying earlier, except this time around, I'll say that, like how I've been saying for 18 years, is that, most humans are weak and emotional. You have your actual victims, and then you have humans that like to pretend to be victims. And, this ranges depending on who you're talking about and why, the timing of when they do not reveal information that happened or that they have. And I'm just like, Joss Whedon, I don't know the guy. He could be terrible, maybe not. But, again, I'm not going to jump on any bandwagon. It will just simply come down to if I believe it or do I not. In the case of Gal Gadot, you know, she seems to be a nice, wholesome human being from what I've seen. So I don't think so much that she's lying as much as it could be. Like, if I remember correctly, there's a lot of individuals in Hollywood that say certain things while they're filming, whether it be a director, an actor, or an actress, or a producer. They said a lot of crazy stuff, and a lot of it gets addressed, and then a lot of it gets looked over. And then it just sometimes when shit comes up later, you like, how come you didn't mention this shit before if it was that terrible? I'm like, you got the timing of the Zack Snyder's Justice League, it being the number one Twitter trending thing in Hollywood history. It's like all these dominoes are lined up in a row. And I'm like, well, I guess certain humans don't want to pay attention to that. That's fine. But these are things that I notice and I analyze. I'm like, okay, so what if this stuff did happen? What does that mean? It's like, well, okay, then I feel like it's very simple. You know, you're like, okay, he's an asshole, and then you move on. And then if it's not true, well, humans don't want to hear the other side of that. They're like, no, it has to be. You got all these humans coming out. I'm like, no, not necessarily. I mean, my brother, he went through some stuff where, you know, humans said that he was a monster and he did all this stuff and he had to go to court and he beat that situation. So just because humans come out of the woodworks and say it doesn't automatically make it true. And it doesn't mean that humans should believe it. But a person can think whatever they want. But I like to be fair. Take the emotional bullshit that humans have out of the equation and analyze the whole spectrum. When you do that, you're in a position to be fair, which is what I like to be. And while I'm being fair, I can then let you know what side I lean more towards while still telling you that either or could be true. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know these people. I think the timing is suspicious. But at the same time, I'd be willing to believe Gal slightly more than Ray. But at the same time, I don't know if it's like, did she really go through something or did she wasn't able to handle what was being said? Because a lot of humans, they ain't got no spines. Like you say something, constructive criticism or something that you need to say to get them to do something better or properly, they start crying with the box of tissues in the corner and then they let everybody know about how he or she is so bad. Oh my God, did you hear what they said? And then others that experience the same thing, they might be like, you know what? This is like a regular Tuesday. Where the fuck have you been? So there's so many things to entertain. But I think that regardless of what you do in life, you know, you shouldn't be mistreated. But again, there's so much context and then a lack of context in these situations and the timing that you really, really have to analyze. So I think it's unfortunate what's going on with Joss Whedon if it turns out that, you know, these humans are just gathering to attack him. And if they just misread these situations when he was just merely trying to make the best product that he could, or merely trying to get the best out of these actors, whether it's, you know, a thumbs up way or not, it's just like not everybody is going to do things in the same way. I mean, at least not in terms of directing actors, which from a lot of directors that I've heard, that's a really difficult job. It's very frustrating and stressful, and it just there's no necessarily one right way to do it. So to me,
but at the end of the day, this stuff you're talking about, it's not morally correct, bro. It's just not. You know what I mean? You don't sit there and you threaten people's careers and tell them you're going to make them look stupid on a movie, whether you're trying to be funny or not. That's just not the way to do it.
right. Well, you know, this again, you know, this is not me saying that it's right or condoning it. You know, I'm only going off of what I've heard, and it's just like it may or may not be true. That's my entire position. I don't want any human to think that I'm like, you know, saluting anybody. This again, I'm in the center, and which means when I'm in the center, I have to entertain everything, not just what sounds right or doesn't. I don't know what happened. That's the honest truth. I was not there. I don't know what happened. And I said that, you know, you're not supposed to do certain things, but at the same time, there's all this context and intention. There's so many variables to the equation. And when you like choose to look at all these variables, it can then take a while and it can be frustrating. It's easier to just, you know, pick a side and jump on a train, because then you don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. But if something's going to be brought to my attention, I'm going to analyze the fuck out of it, because that's what I do naturally.
Got you. LDG. You quiet, you ain't say nothing.
And he pulled the JJ again.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things.
I was double muted on that one.
He can't bait because he's no masturbator.
You know, I mean, I don't know what to say on this. I mean, a part of me just doesn't give a shit. A part of me just sees this as freedom to speak. And, you know, maybe this would be completely different if it wasn't all one-sided. Maybe if we had a public forum where shit like this can go back and forth and I'm sorry, guys. You know what, though? It's true. I mean, it's fucking true.
Truly don't know what more I could have done to warn you. And this isn't a warning. This is punishment.
No more Project Prometheus, bro.
I didn't say it. I just set up a true public forum. That's all I said. Think about it. Like a lot of this stuff is
perfect. That is the perfect clip, Anzo. Because the way Rick looks in that scene, I picture certain humans with that look, all devastated and shit.
You know, go ahead, LDG. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are, but I mean, serious though. I mean, a lot of this shit is one-sided. A lot of this shit is what you can say when you can say it. Right? They're picking their times when to say this shit. They're saying it on platforms that are, like I said, one-sided. And it paints the situation. It paints the whole point why we're talking about it right now. Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, they did ask for Joss Whedon to make a statement, and he declined. So they did try to get something from him.
I will say the same thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. I was going to put the filler in there. Go ahead.
You know what's interesting? Like, I've noticed, at least with my dealings with a lot of humans, that if you don't say anything, they think what the fuck they want. If you say something, they think what the fuck they want. So what is the goddamn difference? What is the goddamn difference? There is none.
Well, actually, I'll answer that question. One is not directed by anything that you actually said. The other one is 100% your fault. If you don't say anything, you can hide behind the fact that it's just rumors.
There's a technical
you open your mouth, and that shit gets freaking locked on your ass.
Right.
There is technically a difference.
There's a technical difference, but my point is that, you know, there's nothing essentially you can say, you know, most of the time, especially if you're already being burned at the stake. You know, the humans are like, okay, what are your final words? They'll let you say something, but they already got their mind made up, so they're not trying to hear a goddamn thing you say. They don't care. They're like, nah, I don't believe you, blah, 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 but okay, what about this now that I said this? Okay, you said it. That still doesn't change X, Y, and Z. And you like, I knew it. It was a fucking waste of time. Try to tell you that.
And Chris, you were going to say something before we get on to the next topic?
I mean, I'll say the same thing I said about Ray Fisher, that, you know, when he, Joss Whedon is not going to help himself by not saying anything. But then again, I mean, this is a comedy of errors in many, many different ways, that multiple people are saying things to sources that only then relay the sources. And now we've got Ray Fisher finally talking to somebody that he can take it from his mouth and say, okay, that's what you're saying now. But we got all this like telephone game shit going on, so we don't know how much of this is exactly what was being said. Ray Fisher's the first one to come out about all of this and say something. The natural thing would be for Joss to come out and say, hey, I'm sorry Ray felt this way about this. I didn't mean it in that way. I was using it as a tool to try to motivate my actors and actresses. Now, does that mean, again, to your point, Anzo, that it's right? No, but at least he might be able to then state to Ray Fisher, hey, I apologize that you felt that this was in some way saying this to you.
So you're basically saying the fact that he's remaining silent is hurting his case.
It is. It is.
Okay,
I mean, just the same way it hurt.
I agree with Chris.
The same way it did for Ray Fisher.
Like, so that's a great point, right? Like if I were Joss Whedon's manager, right, and he was like, T, do you feel like I should remain silent or should I say something? I'd have told him this. I'd have been like, look, Joss, put the hand on the shoulder. If you don't say anything, these humans will think you're guilty as fuck if you don't say anything. However, you do have the option of being PC, which is politically correct, which means you don't have a spine, or you can use this as an opportunity to tell these humans exactly what happened and lay it out on the table. And then he might go, well, once I lay it out all on the table, Terrence, what does that mean? Well, you got to let these humans deal with what you lay out on the table, because right now you're looking bad. From a lot of humans' perspectives, you're the scum of the earth. And there's no real way to fix that. You just got to hope that these creatures forgive you and all this other shit.
But being political, like him talking, I don't think of it as being spineless, because if you're going out there because you want to go out there and speak your mind or your point of view of what happened, right? It's his side of the story, right? So it's like you said before, we don't know the whole story. We weren't there. So it's up to the two parties to actually talk and come to terms, right?
See, guys, Carl, that's the thing, right? Like when I say spineless, it means that if a human wants to say something and that person chooses not to because of fear or because of what some human thinks, you're a spineless piece of shit, in my opinion. You gotta speak your heart, right? That's what I mean.
Right. All right.
Excellent. And now we will get on to the final topic, which
Número tres.
is... What's that?
Número tres.
Yes, that is correct. Topic number 3 is Godzilla beats Wonder Woman. So it's safe to say Godzilla vs. Kong is a big hit, especially by pandemic standards. Warner Brothers, who co-financed the movie with Legendary, is undoubtedly happy with the results. To illustrate just how well the movie has done so far, the latest entry in the MonsterVerse has already surpassed Wonder Woman 1984, both in the US and internationally at the box office. Godzilla vs. Kong, as of writing this, has earned just shy of 300 million worldwide. It will likely surpass that milestone by tomorrow, if it hasn't already. That includes a whopping 32.2 million opening weekend in the US, with a 5-day opening total of 48.5 million. Wonder Woman 1984, meanwhile, topped out at 46.1 million domestically after making its debut in December. The DC Comics adaptation did not do particularly well overseas, taking in just 120 million for a global total of 166.1 million. Are you surprised Godzilla did better than Wonder Woman at the box office? And to add a little bit more to that is, do you think that movie theaters will be making their comeback?
I'm not surprised anything I did better than Wonder Woman 1984. That sucked.
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
I think WandaVision did better than 84.
I mean, no motherfucker that ever lived. Yeah, right. You was farting in bathtubs and laughing your ass off.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say that I think being the first movie to be basically released through the streaming services, I don't know if it actually had time because people were still being told it was going to make it to theaters. And remember, there was that bump right about that time that they were trying to bring back theaters. Tenet tried it. Wonder Woman tried it. They're still trying it, but I think they're getting their feet, they're getting their sea legs, for lack of a better word, on how to juggle the streaming with the theater right now. Will theaters make a comeback? Yes. And I have a video that I did in answer to Danny's home theater versus theater. And in there, I bring up a very scary fact that just has come out recently. That, and if you want to share my screen really quick, I'll just bring it up Here. People have expressed horror over the introduction of a new dystopian gadget that would count the number of people in a room to charge for streaming. This company is claiming they can count the people in your room and charge you individually for it. This is what I've already said was going to start happening. And they haven't even figured out how to do this direct to streaming that well yet. And they're already trying to figure out how to charge you more for it.
Yep, I read that.
And so my point to that is that with this already coming out and them already saying this, they won't stop at $30 a movie. So you might as well go to the theater and see it in 8K with the best sound anywhere. And don't buy, if you don't want popcorn, don't buy popcorn. Do what everybody else does. Buy the microwave popcorn and then carry your man person. And when somebody says, "Is that a purse?" Is it, "Oh, yes, it's mine." So stay the fuck back. No.
Put your candy bars in your pockets. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've all done it. When we were kids, we couldn't afford, the money for popcorn, so we brought our own damn fucking popcorn. Just,
Well, you do what I do. You do what I do. I used to go to the front desk, and jalapenos are free. You just get a cup full of chopped up jalapenos. Quite good.
I used to do Parmesan cheese on jalapenos. Actually, do it.
Wow.
Anything?
Really? I never thought of that. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's good.
I'm about to try that.
It's got a little bit.
Yo, asshole! This motherfucker's dead.
Anzo, I'm worried about your carpal tunnel, dude. Just give it a rest for a minute. I'm afraid you might break. Okay.
I just
get a little callus on that finger.
Let him play. Let him play.
Aside from the fact that a lot of people didn't seem to like Wonder Woman 84, I was okay with it. Whatever. I think it was still in that. Are they doing it? Are they not? I didn't get HBO Max at that time. I got it free because I got a card for it in the mail for free. And that's the only reason why I watched Wonder Woman 84.
All right, let me put it in perspective because anybody who knows me knows that what I'm about to say is actually big news. I'd rather watch Endgame.
He was waiting to be
on the queue.
You about to cross some fucking line.
Yeah, you'd rather watch.
Let me clarify. I'd rather be stuck in a room with nothing to watch but Endgame.
Speak when you're spoken to.
It's a Negan chaos.
Hey, Rick deserved that shit. I don't care. He deserved it.
I had another one I wanted to put, but I don't know if I could play that one yet. So I'll leave that one alone. But I don't know, man.
Set the eyeball one.
No,
I was gonna say that it didn't surprise me at all that Godzilla beat Wonder Woman. Like a lot, it's that whole battle goes back how many years? That whole people want to see it with today's graphics, and that was the best part of the movie, right? Was that battle?
But it was garbage, though.
But that's the best part, right? People just wanted to see that, right?
Yeah,
that's what they wanted to see.
On the aircraft
that was the hype. The hype was that battle. It's just like a boxing fight,
Gorillas can't swim.
People wanted to see it.
So let me ask this.
Did you say gorillas can't swim? Are you nuts? Of course they can.
They cannot naturally swim.
Yes, they can.
Can you swim?
Can you swim?
Can you swim, monkey?
Gorillas cannot naturally swim.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face.
Now,
I would never leave the house if I could do that.
Now, my thing is, do you think Wonder Woman would have done better if it came out now than when it did when it came out?
Probably.
Yeah, it would have. Because they want to see
Wonder Woman
actually have to fight.
It would have made a lot more money if it came out during caveman era.
No, man.
But not now. No.
After that new Wonder Woman scene, I want to see 84 again. I actually watched 84 after I watched Snyder Cut again because of that Wonder Woman bank scene. I'm like, hell yeah, this is Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Terrence.
Okay, so it just makes me laugh because I'm like, you know, I saw all those different articles and seemed like humans were just so surprised. Like, oh my God, Godzilla versus Kong, biggest success in pandemic. I'm like, look here, humans. First of all, we are in a position where the pandemic has been going on for over a year. They got a bunch of humans that are vaccinated now. Now you still got some humans running around all scared and shit, but you have more humans right now than at the beginning of the pandemic that are comfortable and itching to get back to the theater. So timing is everything in life. I don't care what humans say. You apply it anywhere. Timing, you do shit at the wrong time, you're not going to get the same kind of results and
Just like
all that kind
foreplay.
of stuff. Right. So with Wonder Woman 84, if that shit would have came out, let's say this Friday or even a month from now, like especially after Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm like, it would have did better. If it would have came out under normal circumstances, no pandemic, humans living it up without fear, it would have did really well, I think. So there's so many different variables, and it's like between the two movies, I'll say that, you know, even though I love Wonder Woman 84, like the first Wonder Woman better, but I didn't have all the issues that a lot of humans seem to have with that movie. But between WW84 and Godzilla versus Kong, I prefer Godzilla versus Kong only because, you know, I was like, Kong, I thought he was cool in the movie, like the story, and then like, you know, the fight at the end. So you had those variables there. I'm like, yeah, you know, I enjoyed that one better. I'm not necessarily saying it's that much of a better film than Wonder Woman 84 because I don't really think so, because I had some issues with them souping up Godzilla in that fight because I was like, my boy was throwing them hands. He had that Goku speed in a way that he didn't have in the other two movies. So I thought that was kind of odd. I felt like it was definitely, you know, giving Godzilla the advantage more than usual. But I had a good time with that. And when I was watching it, I was like, I could see humans going to support this movie. You know, if they had to pick one, like, you know what? We've been cooped up for way too long. We got to see this. There's history there. And, you know, I'm pretty sure they, you know, Team Godzilla, Team Kong, or maybe they were Team Nobody. They didn't give a shit who won. They just wanted to see them fight. And it just seemed like one of those big screen spectacles that was kind of missing in the pandemic era. You know, just so many things came out where humans are like, I'll watch it later. But that one, it seemed to be a little bit more enthusiasm. So I do think the timing made all the difference, in my opinion.
I think timing had a lot to do with it as well, too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, man. I wasn't really a fan of Wonder Woman 89, and I wasn't a fan of the Godzilla 84, my bad. And I wasn't a fan of Godzilla either. But I figure DC property, Wonder Woman coming off of almost $1 billion movie. I don't think it made $1 billion, or did it?
It was like 800 and something million also, I think.
Right. So almost coming off of $1 billion movie, you know what I mean? You figure that would like skyrocket over Godzilla versus Kong. So I really do believe that the fact that more things are opening up, people are getting their shots now. It's summertime as well, right? Well, getting close to being hot to most places. So people want to get outside. They want to go and do stuff. They want to go back to the movie theater, you know? So if Wonder Woman came out now, maybe it would have been different. We'll see what happens when Black Widow comes out. I think Black Widow should be able to beat Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And I guarantee you, like, okay, Lonzo, unless I wake up tomorrow, because a lot of random shit be happening on this planet, wouldn't surprise me, but unless I wake up tomorrow and some crazy shit happens, by the time July comes, I feel like damn near almost every human will be vaccinated. And your boy Anzo, you know, I'm supposed to make the appointment on Friday or whatever, so that way, you know, soon enough I'll get like the first dose and then the second dose 3 weeks later. Like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to shut these humans up because they're starting to piss me off with, wear your mask. Did you get your vaccine? I'm like, if I hear that shit one more fucking time. But I'm telling you though, Black Widow is gonna do well because it's a Marvel movie, right? Humans haven't had a Marvel movie in a long ass time. And if you're looking for a reason for them to flood to the theater, oh yeah, they gonna flood to Black Widow. They gonna do that. So that movie is gonna not only beat Godzilla versus Kong financially, I think it's gonna do so well to where it might even surprise humans, regardless of the fact that it's a Marvel movie. And then, you know, you'll have humans saying, see, I told you the theater was going to be fine. And I'm like, well, I never thought it was doomed. I just felt like there's a lot of factors, right? You got to consider the whole thing, the pandemic. A lot of humans don't have as much money. You put fear into the equation. There's so many different reasons as to why the theater had to close. And then even with it open, you got humans slowly going in. But July, that's still a little bit of ways away. So I think it will make a lot of money despite what's going on this planet.
Okay, let me ask you guys this: are any of you planning on going to the movie theater soon?
No,
Probably not
Yep.
for me.
Depends on the movie.
No,
I can't. I'm in Florida.
I'm not. I'm not gonna be able to because I think my movie theater's still closed.
They're
I
closed.
can't.
No,
'Cause
ours are
I have
open.
I have a smoker's cough, and I don't want to get people annoyed and get kicked out of the theater.
Ours are open over here in Florida. Everything's open. You go to fucking Disney World over here. But it's just Florida's one of the top states right now, and I just can't risk it. I can't.
Okay, Anzo, to answer your question, brother.
I know you're
right
on.
now.
I would like to go.
My theaters around me are now open. They're at 20% capacity. There is practically a show time for every hour, and they're showing us, a certain number of films, right? So my family, they're on some fear shit. This just the whole like you go out to dump the trash, they think you're gonna die type of shit. So for me, Anzo, I've been waiting to go to the movie since I had my Fast 9 ticket when I got fucked over due to this pandemic. So I've never been afraid once. I've been careful, right? Because I'm a logical thinker. Like I'll be careful, but not once have I been afraid of shit this whole time. I'm like, if I get it, oh well. But I still want to see my movies. Like going to the movies is one of the few things on this planet that I actually love doing. Like I get a lot of joy from that experience and chilling with my friends and shit. And this pandemic then fucked that over for me. So when Black Widow come out the July, unless something happens and the theater shut down in California or whatever, I'm gonna go see that movie. And I will have my mask, my hazmat suit, my gloves, whatever will get these humans to let me in that fucking theater. I will do what I must to have that movie theater experience.
So, what movie will get you guys to go to the theater? I'm thinking about I think it's either going to be for me, Mortal Kombat or Black Widow.
Possibly both for me.
If the theaters open up for me early enough, I would like to go see Mortal Kombat in theater.
Yeah, got it. Because that just brings back too many memories of when I went to see Mortal Kombat originally.
No,
and it was like one of the best movie. That was one of the best movie experiences of my life. Not because of the theater, but because of the audience interaction. That movie was just fucking great, man. I mean, I felt like I was at like WrestleMania. So I can't wait now. The only thing that's lingering is that whole woke Johnny Cage crap. But besides that, I hope the rest of it's good. But Mortal Kombat, hands down. Either that or the Pixels cut of Endgame. That would get me out there too.
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what's interesting, Anzo? I would love to go see Mortal Kombat in the theater, but unfortunately, due to my family being as scared as they are, their stipulations was that I have to be vaccinated, for them to feel comfortable for me to go there and then return to the house. So I'm just like, by the time I make my appointment and get my first dose, that'll be 3 weeks, and then I gotta wait and then get the other shot. I'm like, I guess it might still be in the theater. If that's the case, I'll try. But I feel like by the time Black Widow comes, I'll be more than good. Because, it's honestly, Anzo, when you live with humans, right, you got to follow their fucking rules, because that's just how it is if you live with humans. So that's my situation.
That's the problem, though, man. Because even if I got
to go,
Anzo, if I may,
yes, go ahead.
As far as Godzilla beating Wonder Woman 84, it's kind of like a yes and no situation, because you have to also think about where we were in December compared to now. Because now it's like things are opening up a little bit more, and now that more movie theaters are opening up, people, and yeah, it just comes down to timing. If it was pre-pandemic, I would say yes, because a DC property would do better than a Godzilla or a Kong movie, but then you also take into account that it's Godzilla versus Kong, like them facing off one another. Then it's like you have to take that into account too. So it's kind of hard to really say a definitive yes/no answer to that. But as far as if movie theaters are going to make a comeback, as of this moment, yeah, I think it will. I mean, this is one of the highest grossing films since this pandemic started. So, and even if it doesn't make its money back, which it might not, it's still great because this is a good start.
I agree. 100.
I rather see Suicide Squad over Mortal Kombat. I have no interest in seeing Mortal Kombat, but Suicide Squad, yeah, if I could, I would.
Black Widow.
Nah.
So
I wait till I can watch it on.
So Anzo, so yeah, let me ask you this, man. So at any point during all this craziness going on this planet, at any point would you say that you were standing or sitting down and you said to yourself, "I'm afraid"? Did that happen?
Never.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I went to go see Bloodshot in the theater before they closed it up. And then when they opened back up, I went to go see Empire Strikes Back. We'll make it in the theater. So
Right. And I do remember, you talking to me about that, and I was glad that you got to do that, because at that time, remember, you were telling me that the theaters were open in Canada, and I was telling you that they're closed and stuff. So I think that it's just one of those things. I'm glad to hear you say that, Anzo, because man, it's just too many humans being afraid, man. Like when I'm interacting with a lot of my friends and their family members, man, they be scared as fuck, Anzo, like it's crazy.
I agree. And Danny sent in a $2 or $3 super chat, and he said, "Phantom Zone, Elihu, please." So yes, I
The
do.
universe gives you a sign and you just shove your finger right up its ass.
The universe gave me a sign. Danny told me to do it, so I did it.
He said please, so you had to abide, right? It was nice.
And you paid $2.99 to get your ass Phantom Zone. So, yeah, go ahead, Terrence.
No, so I got another follow-up question for you, Anzo. So, okay, so you already said that you weren't at any point where you were afraid. Now, I'm pretty sure you understand why humans are afraid, as do I. But my question is, do you agree with humans trying to push their fear on me, right? Because I'm Terrence and I have my certain way of doing things, and they're just like, "You can't do that. You're supposed to be afraid. Did you wash your hands?" It's like they try to force me to wash my hands more and stuff, and they really be freaking out. Like, how you feel about that?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think about the people forcing shit on you. But I do think that there is a little amount of fear you have to live with if you have people who are susceptible to the disease. You know what I mean? I think you have to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more careful. And you also have to understand that these people that are scared, you have to have at least a little bit understanding of why they're scared. Because this shit ain't no joke, man. 300 million people dead. You know what I mean?
It's let me
tell you a little something. Let me tell you a little something, guys. If you feel healthy, I get your point of view. But if you're one of the people like myself who knows you have a lung condition, and that just being alive now scares the fuck out of you, and you know there's something wrong with your lungs, and that this thing particularly targets people with that, it's a whole nother animal, guys. Okay? I can't let that shit in my house at all. I cannot even chance it. Okay? It's scary as hell. It hurts. Like I deal with a condition that if you guys had the condition, you'd be like, holy shit, this actually exists. Scares the hell. I don't need my lungs compromised any more than they already are. And I don't even know what to expect if I do get it. That's the scary part.
That's right.
Is the fact that you already have an issue and that this is going to make it worse in some condition? No.
Okay.
And cause death?
Hold on, Terrence. I just want to say, Danny said, I was careful. I got it and gave it to my whole family. That sucked. Don't care if you think you're tough. You better be careful.
Thank you.
Okay. So with that response, right? I mean, not so much that, you know, he was targeting me directly. But
No, I know he wasn't.
There's this misconception that when someone is without fear or tough, that they are in turn ignorant, or they think that they're invincible. Now, as I'm pretty sure all of you know, especially Anzo, I don't think like that at all. Like, I'm not egotistical. I'm not arrogant. I just have a strong willpower and mental strength. And to me, I've always said many times, humans can do whatever the fuck they want. It's their life. You get one, you do whatever you want with it. But at the same time, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do what I want to in my life. I tend to take issue with certain humans when they try to get me to feel and think the way that they do. Like, if some human is afraid of the pandemic, that's fine. Be afraid. But if that human tells me I should be afraid too, and that I should do what they're doing because that's what they're doing, then that's when I start to take issue, because now you're telling me that my methods and things are not good enough, that I have to do what you want. That's kind of, to me, when it becomes a little problematic, because that's not fair any more than I would try to force my way onto humans.
I agree. No one should tell you how to live your life or how to fear or what to do. You shouldn't just do it. But you know what I mean? If you're careful and you're doing what you got to do, I mean, I get it, you know. Danny said he was careful, and he was. I know he was. I spoke to Danny all the time. We know how careful he was, right? But
he uses a condom. Of course, he's careful.
But that just to go show you that even if you're careful, you can still catch it, man. You know,
you're right. Man, Anzo, I didn't say it many times before that I respect you and Danny. You know, just like, and even everyone on this panel, I'm like, I respect you all, right? But you know, these are just, you know, amazing conversations, and you know, if we're gonna talk, I feel like, you know, let's talk for real. You know, forget the bullshit, right? Like, let's talk, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like, my friend's mom, she told me, man, like, hey, you could be careful, Terrence, but you know, what are you gonna do if you get it? And I said, well, if I get it, then I mean, it depends, right? Like, are we talking about, am I sick or whatever? She's okay. What if you get it and then you end up in the hospital or something? And then I told her, I was like, well, if that happens, that would be unfortunate, but there's only so much I can do. But regardless of what happens to me or what could happen, me worrying about it is not going to do anything. You know, I just the only thing that I can do is be careful and then think logically, and then whatever happens. It's like, what do the humans say? It's out of your control. It's up to a higher power, blah, 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 and all that stuff. I'm like, that's fine, but look, man, I do what I do. I leave the house when I leave, and then I'm just like, I wash my hands, I take care of business, and if I go into a store and the humans are like, where's your mask? I'm like, it's right here in my pocket, human. Would you like me to put it on? Like, it's not like I'm gonna be some hoodlum like, no, I refuse to wear it because you're taking away my rights. Like, I'm not like, I'm not gonna do that shit. Like, if you want me to wear a mask in your store, then fine, because I would like to go into that store because I would like to buy something or see if I want to buy something.
Yeah, some stores don't care if you have a mask on or not. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you have one in your pocket. I'll apply.
That's what I was just about to ask. It's not mandatory for you guys to wear masks in stores there?
Some places, no.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Some places, Anzo, right?
Well,
yeah, some.
We have signs in the door that says you cannot enter without a mask all over the place. All over the place.
Some stores don't care.
Front door, sign.
Go ahead.
It
all over the
is
place. Subway, everywhere.
It is actually up to the owner,
The government,
or the store.
Yeah, the owner of the store.
or the government.
Depending on what state you're in, some states have mask mandates, others have lifted them, but the store themselves can still mandate use of masks.
Okay.
Yeah, let me give you an example. In a Tenderloin, there's basically corner stores. Most of them don't care if you have a face mask on or not when you go shopping in there.
Not
If
here.
you go to a big store like Safeway or Trader Joe's,
Dude, I'm telling
they're
you,
gonna
dude,
require you to wear a face
everywhere.
mask, but
I've
some
not
stores
gone to
don't
one place
care.
yet that doesn't have a sign.
I'm going shopping in
I have
those.
not gone to one place yet. Fast food, grocery store, Walmart, you name it. I've gone every place I've gone to. They've all have signs on their front door. You must
so lucky.
be wearing a mask.
You're so lucky, man.
So let me ask you this. Because when we go to our stores, right, it's not just wearing their mask. Our cashiers and everything have that glass plate in front of them and everything. You guys have that?
Yes.
too?
Yes. The glass
yeah.
plates have been installed at the gas stations. It's almost like if they think you're going to rob the place now. Usually you go to that little Indian gas station on the side of Dark Cityville, and they have like the full, you think you're at a bank. You know what I mean? Like there is no... And then some places they just put the little wall up, but it's like, yeah, now everybody's got that glass, and they have like the double layered glass, so you can like put your hand in between.
It's like,
and then one place even had put a sign up. Sorry, Terrence says last thing real quick. They had the sign up. It says, "There's a smile behind the mask." I'm like, seriously, really? You got to put that sign up? It's a smile.
Go ahead, Terrence.
Man, like in California, at least in my neck of the woods, you know, like certain places, like you go into the stores or whatever, sometimes they'll have that glass face shield, and sometimes they'll just have like a standard little mask. And depending, they sometimes will say something, you know, and then sometimes they won't, but sometimes they'll give you a look like you killed somebody if you don't have a mask on. And when I see that from the humans, I'm just like, I'll put it on. Like most of the time I'll have it on anyway, but it's like, because I don't feel like I need it, sometimes I don't think to put it on. But if a human tells me, then I do it. So I feel like in California, at least, it just depends. I mean, so far I haven't seen like you have to be vaccinated to enter an establishment, but it might get to that, because you know how humans are. They might try to force this shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'll beat it to them. You ain't gonna force nothing on Terrence. I'm gonna get it, because you're like, if it's gonna get to that anyway, I might as well, because then I won't be able to go see the movies, right? You know, what if they're just like, I get to the movie theater, I'm like, yes, can I have 10 tickets for Black Widow? Because usually it's like me and a bunch of friends. And they're like, we need to see your card. I'm like, what card? They're like, well, we need to see if you've been vaccinated. And if I say no, Terrence can't go into the theater. That would be a devastating moment. I'd be like, fuck, I knew I should have got that damn vaccine. I don't want to be in that scenario.
Got you. Well, Danny said, hold on, LG, let me just get to Danny real quick. Danny said, real talk, a theater experience to me is not worth anyone's help, especially if you are given an option to watch it at the comfort of your own home. Come on, tell me.
Everybody has their home theater there.
Whenever you want, get a refill of your soda, you drink whenever you want. Still got pause and play.
So I will say this: I've gone to some clients' houses when I used to do residential work. I mean, I still do, but I went to this one guy's house, and he had his own theater, and I swear you fucking not, like two car garages. That's how big this guy's room was. Theater, wall lights, the whole 9 yards. This guy had his own theater, and I was jealous as fuck. And I was like, hey, I need you to fix my projector. I'm like, which one? This guy fucking.
What are you gonna say?
But you know what? $500,000 for that type of thing. I know somebody has one. It's like his house is like $2.3 million, and he spent $500,000 on that. And I'm going to tell you right now,
$2.3 million.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Guys, let me finish this, because I know Anza's got to go, and I know he wants to wrap this up. Listen to me. $500,000, and he will even tell you that it's not theater quality precisely, because he can't get projectors that project the same as a theater. If you want to do that, you're talking about that $2.3 million is what he would have had to put in the theater to make that happen.
And he even had the seats too, like the multiple rows of seats.
Yeah.
Like it was only like 5 rows, but it was still like, damn, like you can fit like 50 people in here. For God's sakes.
Ron Sterling said New Jersey is still doing the mask mandate. I got to deal with plenty of Karens and male Karen bitches about it at work. Deej said, I just went to the IMAX in Iowa. Had to have a mask to walk in, but as soon as you hit the seats, they never made us wear them. That's the same thing that happened here when I went to the theaters. You had to wear it to get in, get your popcorn and everything, but once you sat down in the theater, you could take your mask off. The theaters were separated, right? So, you know, if you go with someone, you could sit beside them, but then there's a space and then someone. So that's one of the things that they were trying to do. And another thing I will say is I've never seen a theater more fucking clean than I did when I went to go see Empire Strikes Back. That shit was clean, sanitized like fuck, bro. And I'm like, and me personally, I'm like, listen, when all this is done, I hope they keep that shit up. You know what I mean? I hope they keep that shit up because that was clean, bro.
Roe versus Wade was about abortion.
Tim said, Big Afford Entertainment just found out that vaccine passports violate the U.S. Supreme Court ruling of Roe versus Wade. This ruling covers medical privacy, and no one can force you to.
They can't tell you what to do with your body.
Okay,
that's basically what that is.
Oh, okay.
Roe versus Wade protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. That's what Roe versus Wade was.
Okay, that's interesting, right? I am aware of that, but like I said, it's just humans and their emotions. You just never know. So I'm just like, I'm getting the damn vaccine. It's just that simple. Not because you know I want to, but you know, just like I don't really want to wear the mask. But I'm like, humans, they have all these rules and shit, and it might happen. Anzo, like you might text me one morning, like, damn. They're forcing everyone in Canada, all the Canadians, to get the vaccine, and I'm like, man, I'm not surprised, man.
Chris, how was yours?
Right there, and I don't feel shit. I will tell you this:
that's the first
everybody,
one, or the one shot?
First one. That's the first one. I don't feel shit, but I was told water. I have drank 5 of these today. I've had at least 4 cups of this today. I had 3 of these last night.
Water.
Dude, I know.
All right. Well, we're gonna close.
My manlyhood has now been deflated. Deflated.
I've been
drinking
this
shit. I love this shit. Yeah, but if you drink water, I've heard that it just helps kind of keep it from getting too bad. So I did it. I'm gonna keep doing it overnight. Might do it tomorrow. Just doesn't hurt me. So.
Wait, what happens if you don't drink the water? Like, you would
I've heard people. Well, one of the guys I work with literally was standing out in front of our shop, looking at the warehouse wall, and he says, "Man, there's like purple splotches all over this wall." I'm like, I was like, "Are you sure you got the?" I was like, "Are you sure you got the COVID shot? Are you sure you didn't take a hit of acid? Which one?"
King Dave said, after Mortal Kombat, I'm going to go back to the theater, so no more HBO Max until they come out with Green Lantern Corp. Not a problem. And Tim Kerr said, I think it's part of that ruling covers doctors' patient confidentiality. I'll have to check that out, like really and truly, because again, some YouTubers said it. I need to know like where
he
it came
said.
from.
He said Tim Pool said it, and I don't believe anything Tim Pool says.
Right. You know what I mean?
The whole Occupy Wall Street crap. I remember him. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be happy, Anzo, if I told you that they decided to give me the super soldier serum instead?
Oh God. Yes.
You know what, Terrence? You do you.
With that being said, guys, we're gonna close it up. So we're gonna go around the panel so you guys can talk about your channels one last time. And I start the other way. Elihu, talk about your channel, sir.
Oh, okay. I can be found everywhere and nowhere at the same time, but I can be found specifically 12 noon, specifically Wednesdays, with my show called What's Up with the Universe, where we talk astronomy, astrophysics, science, you know, like magic but real.
Right.
I can also be found on Twitter. I can be found randomly sometimes on JJ when he randomly decides to stream. which is randomly once in a while. We found on Christian Night channel sometimes. Sometimes we found on this weirdo nerds channel up here. Yep, hot dude. Like I said, I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
And next up is Austinator. Tell the people about your channel, sir.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I got a channel, got a bunch of stuff going on over there. I'm at 131 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 150. I'm just, like I said, I'm just doing stuff over there. Splash Talk on Saturday. We read fan fiction. Sunday will be Shadow Eye. We might do something on Power Rangers. We might not. I'm still figuring that out because again, Superman and Lois is on hiatus, and I'm not reviewing Supergirl. So I'm not putting myself through it. Monday will be good old wrestling. Yeah, I'm not sitting. I won't be able to do it.
And since Deej asked for it, I got one more for you, Deej. Here you go.
Was he liking that shit?
So not only
He's liking it.
Not only did I Phantom Zone him, Deej, I fucking gave him an ass whooping too.
My little hand! My little hand! My little hand!
LDG, you were up, my friend.
What's going on, guys? LDG here, just somebody trying to change the world before he resets. Premiering LDG Pixels, your computer tech, free tech support. Feel free to hit me up, guys. Seriously. I am a computer nerd, so if you have a computer issue, hit me up. And my entertainment channel, Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica. When nerding out and geeking out is a turn on, it is not porn, it is Nerdrotica. Guys, make sure you remember tonight, if you have nothing else to watch, tonight we are premiering All Night Insomniac Theater, playing 3 movies. We got Dracula, Dead and Loving It. We got Kung Fu, excuse me, Kung Fu Hustle and Mortal Kombat playing on loop all night tonight. So if you guys want a place to watch it, there'll be a link in the chat. Check it out. We'll have some fun. Something new that I'm trying to provide for the community. And hey guys, sub to everybody and enjoy your life. Eat well, sleep well, be good. Thanks for having me on, Zoe. Great show tonight.
No problem. JJ?
All right.
What's going on, everybody? Oh, wow.
Okay.
You got COVID?
Yeah. No. Just making sure.
Good talk, huh? Good talk, man.
Big ass titties.
I wish
There you go.
I love that
help
one.
him.
That's a good one.
That one. What's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You find me a little bit everywhere and a lot of nowhere. You find me Sunday nights over on Chris Knight's channel, and then later on that evening on Danny Graham's channel, and later on Sunday night over on All-Star's channel. You find me on my channel on Monday nights, Tuesday nights for the Chaos List here with these fine gentlemen, and sometimes on Thursday nights for the Weekly Rumble. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No problem. Thanks for coming. LG. Guys, you sound tired as hell, JJ, so get some rest when it's done. Terrence,
if I can, real quick, before Terrence, I'm sorry, can I interrupt just for a second? Guys, I just put the link in the chat. One of the other things I do provide, and you guys can vouch for it because you all have been in this room, is the backstage pass, guys. Listen, it is an offline stream. It doesn't go live. It doesn't record. It's an offline chat. If you want to come in and hang out with us, you'll find at any time. You never know who you'll find there, whether it be Anzo, JJ, myself, Elihu, Deej Odyssey. Even Terrence is coming every now and then. It's just an offline chat, guys. So if you have nothing to do and you want to say what's up, we hang out, we chill. Sometimes we watch a movie. Sometimes we watch a stream. Links in the chat. Check it out sometime. Okay, what
I love Mr. Man.
What did I say something wrong? What was that for?
Just wanted to click that one. Terrence, you're up.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Hello, humans. It's Terrence here. First, wanted to thank Anzo. I know I popped on randomly, you know, but I feel like I'm grateful that you know, you have me on the panel.
Always welcome.
And you know, speaking with all of you, as you know, I'm not a fan of humans, but there are, you know, plenty that I communicate with and like and respect. And you can find me on this channel, Anzo's channel, Big Afford Entertainment, and on Danny's channel, you know, and occasionally elsewhere on this particular platform. And then my own channel, T Virus Terrence, there is everything under the sun in terms of content. It's all been organized in the playlist, so you know, go over there and see what's up.
Excellent. Correct.
I just want to adjust what Chris said. Chris said in the last chat. That was about prescription drugs, not immunization records.
Okay. Next up, next up is Chris Knight. Tell the people about your channel, sir.
Yeah. Real Review 3000. I have an answer to Danny's talk about home theater versus movie theater. It's being uploaded right now. Yeah, I think Anzo knows what I said about it. I had to come up with something better than just showing somebody shit on a plate, but that's besides the point. Yes. What?
You about to cross some fucking line.
Yeah.
Don't cross the streams, right?
Not me.
Okay.
Hey, first off, LDG, check your Discord, but please check that out. That's part of something we're calling Shots Fired now. So he called me and Anzo out, and I felt like I had to oblige him with the video. So I gave him a video about why I think the theater experience is better than the home video or home theater experience. So please check that out tonight. Tomorrow I'll have my Unmasking the Masked Singer up, because I found out last second that they switched Group B and Group A around. So I have Group A done, but I moved it to next week. Group B will be tomorrow. I'll have it done. It won't take long.
Yeah, because you had one up there, right? And then had to put a private. Yeah, I seen that.
All right, yeah, but we'll take care of that. So, all right, thank you very much.
No problem. Gaishka, next up, my friend.
Basco Scenario, gaming clips, random reviews on all these shows that Chris has just said, JJ just said, LDG just said. Thank you for having me, bro.
No problem. Pleasure for coming. That's right, guys. Big Afford Entertainment. Make sure you check it out tomorrow. The OOC will be doing that. And just to let you guys know, if you do want to rewatch this stream, you'll have to watch it on KF Central, because we are putting them on private. So we want everybody to go over there and rewatch the streams over there, so we can get some traction on that channel. But other than that, we are going to close it up. Again, I do appreciate everybody that came in. What was that?
Sorry, Anzo. One last thing. I was wondering, if I ever find myself in Canada, like, would you and Guy Scar like welcome me? Like, would I have like a nice warm blanket and food? And
of course,
no.
What are you doing here? I gotta admit that I'm a little bit surprised by this response.
Anzo has
all right, Terrence, if you ever find yourself in Florida, I got your back, bro. I got your back. Get your own room.
Is it the blanket part or the food part? Because
I would say
probably the food part, because you know he's always got.
Just froze.
It's the fact that you made it sound like it's going to happen tomorrow. I think.
Well, no. I was thinking, something like maybe in 2099 or something. I mean, you never know when Terrence might come.
2099.
Don't worry, bro.
Terrence has a long lifespan.
I got your back. I got your back, Terrence.
You know you're good, brother. You know I'd always take care of it. That being said, guys,
back, bro.
We are closing it out. Peace. I froze, son of a bitch.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
like that?